right. I don't know what you're doing this weekend, but if you're looking for a good book to read, we're going to recommend one right now. It is 11 minutes before 10 o'clock. Beautiful, beautiful day. So, this might be the first weekend you get to the beach. Mm-hmm. Right? Because it feels like that. Feels like that kind of a weekend, doesn't it? Dale Wiley is on the phone. He might be in Missouri, so maybe that talk of beach doesn't resonate with him yet up in Missouri. But here in Florida, it sort of sounds good right now. Dale is an attorney in Missouri and a prolific and very, very talented writer. My goodness, this book is good. It's called Southern Gothic. It says here, Dale had a character named after him on the TV series CSI. That's cool. He owned a record label. He made motorcycles for Merle Haggard and John Paul DeJoria. I hope he did better than Billy Joel did when he made a motorcycle for Bruce Springsteen. Remember that story?
Yeah, I do.
Dale Wiley, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. Where are we calling? Or where are you calling?
Well, I'm in Missouri today, so unfortunately there is no beach.
No beach, and if you did have one, it wouldn't be good weather for one, would it?
It would be a little chilly, yeah.
So we only have a short interview with you. Am I right about that, Robin?
Yes.
It's just a short interview. So tell me about Southern Gothic, and then we'll kind of go a little bit more all over the map. But just tell me what the storyline is.
Well, Southern Gothic is the story of Meredith Harper. She owns a bookstore and bakery in Savannah. It's kind of the talk of the town. But she's never really gotten over the fact that her novel didn't make it. And so, after she spent years sending it out and trying to get people interested, her favorite novelist, who was missing and many thought dead, shows up having rewritten the manuscript and gives it to her under the idea that if she's going to publish it, she has to do it under her name and not under his. And she decides to go ahead and publish that. And we get to read the manuscript that he wrote her, and unfortunately, that's a very bad decision for her.
Why? Why is that a bad decision? I have so many questions about that already.
Well, because there were so many things that had been hidden in that manuscript that even on reading it, she couldn't parse out. And so she makes the decision to publish it, and it ends up really, really changing her life.
So you really are a prolific author yourself. So in writing this, I mean, whether it's somebody from the dead or not, I don't know that I'd want to take credit for somebody else's writing. Or, you know what I mean? It would almost not, I wouldn't validate. If her whole point was, I want to get a publisher to publish my work, and then she hands in somebody else's work and gets it published, she still didn't get something published.
Well, I agree with that. And, I think that certainly the issue for her is it's her story. It's the story that she sent to him. And, of course, it's just that kind of thing that you fall in love with a manuscript and maybe fall in love with this mysterious writer and all sorts of judgment is clouded.
As an attorney, have you run into cases like this, where somebody tries to pass that off as their own?
No, I've never run into anything like that. I've run into some crazy situations, but I haven't run into that one. I had to create it myself.
And are any of the characters based on some of the people that you've had to deal with in your day-to-day life of an attorney?
In this book, they're really not. These are people that, when I decided to write this, it came upon me pretty quick, and the people that needed to be in there did as well. I've definitely had times that, anytime you're writing something, you definitely take little snippets here and there, and use that. I don't know why I'm beeping here.
What is that? But, what is that noise?
But that's my phone. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a train coming by.
Yeah, there we go. I set an alarm to make sure I was on. So obviously, I made my time. So, but anyway, in all books you include things, but there was no character that I pulled out of real life.
Is there something romantic about a thriller novel in general? And I mean, now you've mixed romance into your thriller novel, but is that is that a challenge? Or does it embrace or endear more readers or a larger demographic? What is your thoughts on that?
Well, my thought with this book was to try to reach the largest audience possible, and include things that both men and women would enjoy. I think that anytime you're talking about kind of opening up those senses and putting yourself in that situation, I think you can definitely include romance, and I think that's something that's included. But my intention was to hopefully write a book that men would like and women would like, and that's what I set to do.
Your book is very character-driven, though. I think the personalities are phenomenal.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, the whole idea when you write this stuff is to really make someone come alive, and hopefully with the character you like them and you don't like them, and you're mad at them and you're happy for them, and you hopefully go through a lot of emotions with them.
The book is on Amazon. It's got 5-star reviews, and it's available as a Kindle book. I just looked it up real quickly. On the cover of the book, the church, is that in Savannah, that church?
That is in Savannah. That is St. John's, that's right in downtown Savannah.
Is that right? Are you familiar with Savannah?
Well, yes, and I got a lot more familiar after I decided to write this. I had been there, numbers of times. My mom's from Georgia, and so we've been down there a lot, but I definitely got more familiar.
How many books have you written? What is your number now?
This is my third novel.
Third, okay. And what were you doing before you were writing?
Well, I've always practiced. I had the record label and those other things, so I've kept myself busy.
So, as a creative person, meaning the author, working with creative people as a record label, and then the attorney, I'm guessing that part of your law practice has to do with intellectual property, or am I wrong on that?
Well, I have done things that have involved intellectual property, but that was never my emphasis. But I did, in another one of these kind of amazing stories, I had a man walk into my office one day in late 1999, and he came in and he started singing to my secretary.
Oh.
And I said, "What the heck is going on with this guy?" And I had him back at my office, and I'm a huge music fan. And so I started talking to him, and he had the most amazing songs that he was singing me. And I just said, "What is this?" Well, he had written Pretty Woman and It's Over with Roy Orbison. And so that was a very interesting display of intellectual property that I had to get up to speed with real quick.
Interesting.
Oh my.
And tell me the motorcycle story. How did you build motorcycles for Merle Haggard?
We did some environmentally friendly motorcycles that ran on alternative fuels, and John Paul DeJoria was the first one to get involved. And then we ended up having some connections with Merle Haggard, and he's about my favorite songwriter ever. And so I kind of spearheaded that project and made a really cool motorcycle.
Did you hear the story about the motorcycle Billy Joel made for Bruce Springsteen?
No, I did not.
Oh, you got to look it up on Google. I'll give you a thumbnail sketch. He built one, and then on Veterans Day, the motorcycle broke down, and Bruce Springsteen got help from some veterans who didn't realize he was Bruce Springsteen. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When you were writing your book, did you keep everything close to the vest and then didn't allow the people close to you to read it until you had it done, or were you sort of allowing people to read it and getting their input?
I like to get a lot of input. I like to bounce things over. I like to be able to realize how many different twists and turns writing a book takes, and how many times you send them in one direction and then immediately you find out that the character doctors don't want to go in that. So I actually have a little group of people that have been very helpful in bouncing ideas and those sorts of things.
Oh, my gosh.
I have a copy of the book, and I'd like to give it away. This is an advanced reader copy, so in a way it's like a collector's item. It's Southern Gothic. It's written by Dale Wiley. Call me if you would like the copy I have. The rest of us have to go buy it. I did find it on Amazon, so that's easy. Are there any other websites you want to recommend?
Well, I mean, if they want an autographed copy, sent straight from me, southerngothicbooks.com is the easiest way. My website is dalewiley.com, and it's available everywhere. Any of the retailers will have it.
All right, let me give this one away. Good morning. You've got the book. Who's this?
This is Ron.
Ron?
Yes.
Do you know where we are?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Ron, you've got it. The book will be waiting for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow, that's going to go quick. You've got a hit on your hands, I think, Dale. Thank you for being on the air with us. I just went to your website, dalewiley.com, by the way.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna have to explore. I like the way you write. Thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, we will be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump taking aim at Democrats in a tweet this morning.